a peculiar patchwork of symbols from heraldry, classical myth, and Christianity. He asked King's permission to take photographs of inscriptions that loped across the tarot-like panels. She didn't quite know what it meant, he thought, but he had a flair for language puzzles, and he took the liberty of reading some of it to her. The medieval German blackletter, an extravagant script, could confound the eye, but the words themselves were banal, just the names of the window's prosperous donors, husbands and wives now long departed from some towns near the Swiss-German border. He also answered her questions on a technical point of Middle Egyptian grammar. He liked the feeling of knowing things she didn't. "I tremendously enjoyed my meeting with her," the man would reflect later. "I feel that over the years, we've almost become friends." Act 1. Discovery. Do not be ignorant of me, for I am the first and the last. I am the honored one and the scorned one. I am the whore and the holy one. I am the wife and the virgin. I am control and the uncontrollable. I am the union and the dissolution. The thunder, perfect mind. Solicitations. Dr. Karen Lee King had reached the summit of her field as a dazzling interpreter of condemned scripture. On her bookshelves at Harvard Divinity School were ancient texts as mysterious as they were startling. Among them were the Sophia of Jesus Christ, the secret revelation of John, and the Gospel of Judas. The Gospel of Mary, as in Magdalene, was a favorite. So was the thunder, perfect mind, a poem voiced by a female god whose paradoxical self-affirmations King found incredibly inclusive. Such writings were nowhere to be found in the church-sanctioned collection of sacred literature commonly known as the New Testament. Early bishops had rejected them as heresies and sought their eradication. For hundreds of years, no one knew what became of them. But in the late 1800s, fragments of papyrus bearing traces of these lost scriptures began turning up at archaeological sites and antiquities shops across Egypt. The story they told about the earliest centuries of Christianity would force historians to re-examine almost everything they thought they knew about the world's predominant faith. The more pieces of papyrus the deserts disgorged, the more the official history of Christianity, the master story, as King called it, began to look like a lie. To King, these newly unearthed texts were the missing pieces of a Bible that might have been, had history taken a different course. In the suppressed writings of ancient believers, she saw a Christianity more open-armed and less taken with violence than the one passed down by the long line of powerful popes and Sunday sermonizers. We are only beginning to construct the pieces of a fuller and more accurate narrative of Christian beginnings, she declared. The dry desert of Egyptian Africa has yielded a feast for the nourishment of the mind, and perhaps for the spirit as well. When colleagues published a book celebrating her scholarship, they titled it Remaking the World. In a quiet voice, they wrote, "She has changed the face of early Christian studies." As an eminent Harvard historian of banished Gospels, King could pack a college lecture hall nearly anywhere in the world. But students weren't the only ones who sought her instruction. Her work at the fringes of faith drew notice from mystics, conspiracists, and mediums, some of whom regarded her as a bearer of secret knowledge. One email correspondent sent her a code he said unlocked the mysteries of the Bible. Another asked for the key to the seemingly random order of Jesus' sayings in the apocryphal Gospel of Thomas. Some woman offered me true facts about Mary Magdalene because she told me, "I am Mary Magdalene," King recalled. "I get a lot of that kind of stuff." To many Orthodox and evangelical believers,